So some movies, they just feel so layered and textured and detailed that you can't help but get caught up in their world. One such movie for me was David Fincher's masterpiece Se7en, which I've consistently rated as my favourite movie of all time since 1995 when it was first released. Some people go, well, you know, Se7en, great movie, but how could you list it as your favourite? And the simple answer for me is, it's a perfect movie. So today we're here to discuss one of the best scenes in one of the most perfect movies of all time. Let's discuss the shaving scene in David Fincher's Se7en.
Jesus Christ! Stop it! Oh, fuck's happening now? Oh, man, I don't see you. Oh, man, I shot Marvin in the face. Why the fuck did you do that?
So in a movie as dark and atmospheric as Se7en, it's amazing how much emphasis is placed on character and how elegantly and efficiently those character beats are delivered.
The soothing, relaxing, vibrating home. I'm sorry.
While it can be tempting to dismiss Se7en as just your basic garden variety psychological thriller with a twist ending, it's so much more than that. It's an introspective character study and a psychological drama, you know, mixed in with all the genre components that we've come to love. You've got two detectives chasing down one of the most psychotic serial killers of all time, where all three are motivated by the same sick, dark and twisted world they find themselves in, but each with a different philosophical standpoint. So the shaving scene occurs just after John Doe gives himself up and lays out his demands for the two detectives. And while he's in handcuffs and in theory they're safe, in the backs of their minds they know that they didn't earn his imprisonment. John Doe doesn't even appear in this scene, but his presence is felt in every single frame, as Mills and Somerset silently prepare for whatever he has in store for them. With only a few very minimal lines of dialogue, the pair make it clear that John Doe's been in control all along and they're really at his mercy. And we as an audience have been conditioned to understand this too, because really the city's been portrayed as the arse end of hell with a bit of a global warming problem. So at this point, how can we expect that any of them are going to come out unscathed? So instead of playing up the brooding tension and inevitability of the scene, the movie opts to deliver one of its rare moments of levity.
Hey man, if I was to accidentally shave off a nipple, would it be covered by workman's comp?
I suppose so. If you were man enough to actually file a claim, I'd buy you one out of my own pocket.
And it's really a testament to the film and the world that it's set up, that this light-hearted moment really just underscores the inevitability and tragedy of what's to come. So it's interesting to note that this is the moment in the film when Mills makes the comment,
If I keep coming home late, my wife's gonna think something's up.
and I've had people say to me, oh, that's the moment that ruined the film for me. I knew what the twist was going to be, and I knew what was going to happen to Tracy. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the entire point of this scene. It's supposed to prepare you for the grim, depressing ending that's about to come. And I reckon David Fincher knew that psychologically this movie was going to be very, very depressing unless people were mentally prepared early on for the fact that this movie was not going to have a happy ending. You're supposed to be thinking about how vulnerable Tracy is at this point. You're supposed to be imagining her back in the vibrating apartment all alone with no one to protect her. And you're supposed to be thinking about how neglectful Mills is being and obsessively chasing his killer and forgetting about the things that are truly important to him. And most of all, this scene is giving you the breathing room that you need to sink in the realization that Somerset knows Tracy's pregnant and hasn't yet told Mills. And normally a scene like this would probably be played, I don't know, over the shoulder with the character facing the camera through the mirror. But Fincher brilliantly shows you this in side shot, where you can see every detail of Mills' face as the levity just drains from him. And he comes to the realization that he's probably headed for a pretty bad situation, just as the audience realizes it too. So short of being some, I don't know, deceptive scene that's trying to set up a twist ending and failing, I see this as the scene where you're supposed to start mourning for the two main characters, because it's telling you their fates are sealed, they're not getting out of this unscathed. And that's why it's my favorite scene in the movie Se7en. Zack Snyder's version of Grown Up seems to consist mostly of having the girls show their boobies, having the radioactive Smurf go cock out, and keeping in the unnecessarily brutal rape scene. So in a movie as dark and atmospheric as Seven, atmospheric!